All right, what's going down, man? We going up and we crashing down into this tutorial. Real quick, hope you guys are doing well. I actually want this to be going on YouTube, be on demand. You know what I mean? I want to teach you guys how to make a portrait. You know what I mean? My goal is to help any new players into this game. It's a great time to jump FF14. The game's booming right now, so your portrait is something that everyone's going to see when you first start the game, and it's definitely something that you're going to want to spice up and bring alive. You know what I mean? So we're here in Shadowbringers area. I theme song for this video. What we're gonna do is we are gonna go right here to your option screens, your controller. Make sure you press options. Depending if you're on PC, you have your corresponding key, and we're gonna go to portraits right here. So you have your portraits. Now, what I want to say is you're gonna see this whole list right here. If you see like a little caution sign, that means there's something wrong with your portrait and you have to recustomize it, and we'll dive in, we'll explain that more deeply. But as you can see, once you have your portrait set up, you have one for each class, and you can kind of customize the background, and this is what everyone sees when you do a dungeon. It's very, very good. You definitely want to have this out a lot and push it out a lot. You know what I mean? It's just a fun thing to do, you know? So I have to start with adventure plate, and then make sure you set this up. So set up your adventure plate, do all this stuff here. You edit profile, choose your favorite class, your favorite title, choose the time you're going to be on. Just go ahead and take care of all of that. Go to edit plate design, make sure you choose this to your fancy. You have different options here. You can change anything up to the way you see fit. You know what I mean? For instance, I could probably change mine to like banner, but I don't want to do that, so I'll discard it. But yeah, make sure you upgrade your plate, and then go down here to edit profile. Oh yeah, we did that part. Yeah, my bad. Go to edit portrait, and then so this is kind of like where you really want to like focus on your portrait. So then again, just to back it up, adventure plate, edit portrait after you do your plate design. And so you have a couple of presets. I like to do preset custom, personally, but you can choose anything you want here. It will change it based on what you choose. You see that? I like my custom one though. And there's just different types, you know what I mean, that you can choose from. You have different backgrounds. I think the one I had, ooh, that was nice. Ooh, we'll keep it Starry Sky. So yeah, choose your background, choose your frame. Just a bunch of different ones. It kind of just depends on like really what you want. Actually, I'll probably go ahead and change mine to black, fade to black. And then if you want a little accent, you can choose your accent, hearts, whatever. I'm gonna go with none. So yeah, and then make sure you press reflect current gear. That's your first thing, because actually I look like this now. You know what I mean? You want to save that. So once you have your design done, go up here, press X, and go to character. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. All right, this is where things get a little tricky here. So you want to adjust your lighting for kind of like as much as you can. You know what I mean? You can mess around with this. This is how my lighting set up. I don't want to reset it because it's real pain in the ass. But just know that like adjusting the red, the green, the blue will kind of fade in and out of like how your character's gonna look on your portrait. So make sure you mess around with the ambient lighting and the directional lighting. And once you have your lighting set up and you mess around with it a bunch, go up here and go to pose. So you can choose like a bunch of different poses. And what's gonna happen here? So we'll do battle stance, right? So what it's gonna do is it's gonna play an animation just constantly in the portrait over and over again, right? And then what you want to do is you want to go over here and you want to pause the motion, right? And you can spin it with your analog stick, and you can move it up with your analog stick, and you can kind of make your own portrait by pausing the animation at the right place that you want, right? You can even go here to like look at camera. I look at the camera. You can go to face camera. So make sure you choose that. Now this right here, if you move this zooms in and zooms out. So in and out. I don't ever touch this because it makes them like turn, so I keep it at 0 usually, like straight up. Like, and yeah. So for instance, let's just like do mine because like, let's see what I can cook up here. I personally like the victory motion. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll zoom out a little bit. We'll fix them up a little bit. Let's see here. You just see a gun right here. A massive gun. Look at that shit. That's hilarious. But I kind of don't like that, so we're going to go over here. Look at that. Oh, yeah, I actually prefer to have it like this. I kind of like the whole like, you know, arms out look, and then you can see the sage weapon like that going up. These guns are just so goddamn bulky, bro. Like, holy shit, they're bulky. Look how bulky they are, bro. Oh my god. That's pretty dope right there. Yeah, you see a little bit of my hand right here, right? That's good. Damn. So now I have my portrait, right? So now it says portrait applies to adventure plate. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna close this out. That's my new portrait. You can see everything I did. Now, if you go back to portrait, bam! Look at that. This is exactly what I just set up. Now, here's where things get a little tricky too. So once you did all that, what if you decide to change your glam? What if you want to change up and switch up? Well, let's see. Let's just, you know, let's go a little bit of Raza here, you know, Raza. So say I changed my glam to like, you know, pretty much volunteering myself at like some kind of male like strip club or some shit, right? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to adventure plate, right? And then we're gonna go down here to reflect current gear. You're gonna want to do that every single time you change glam. If you don't, then your portrait will go to default and you won't be able to see it when you go into a dungeon or anytime people see your portrait. So always go reflect current gear after you change your glam. Make sure you save the settings. Excuse me. And then you see, there we go. Now, also, what you gotta remember is this button right here. If you don't update your gear set after you change your glam, and you reflect, you know, after you reflect on your current gear, you save all the other settings, you gotta always update your gear set. You see? So now it's gonna ask you, do you want to update it? And you always say update. So there's two things you gotta do when you change glam. You know, let's just review that, because if you don't, it's gonna be really frustrating. So say you change glam, we'll review it one more time. Let's pop on. Actually, I'm down to wear this right here, actually, like legit. So we want to update. Bam. Update it and then go check. I'll always go check. See, reflect current gear. Do that too. Bam. Now you know you did it right if you go back to your portrait and it looks good with no yellow caution sign. That means that it has been changed. People are going to see this when you enter the dungeon. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything I can teach you about creating a badass portrait in FF14. I highly encourage everyone to make their portraits. I will try to get this video out as ASAP, you know what I mean, because I really want people to know this. And cause I see a lot of new players or people just not having their portraits, and it's just something that like I think really brings the identity out of your character, and it's like really cool. So without further ado, it's been your boy. Y'all know what it is. Of course, follow me on Twitch at kinda_random335 if you're watching on YouTube. I'm trying to build up this Twitch following. I do a lot of Twitch stuff now. Make sure you follow your boy. Show some support. I really appreciate anyone watching my videos. Like anybody. Like, I don't care who it is. Like, I fuck with you. And yeah. So that's gonna be it for this video. Y'all have a good night, bro. Peace.